Welcome back to Circle Club Entertainment for yet another Diecast review here on the channel, and today we're going to be looking at another NASCAR Authentics exclusive, this one coming out of Wave 1 of 2024. Here comes Chris Buescher and his 2023 Fastenal Patriotic car, the number 17 Ford Mustang for Roush Fenway Keselowski Racing. Very, very cool Chris Buescher car from the Coca-Cola 600, and of course every car almost in Wave 1 of 2024. Let me check. Yep, every single one of these cars ran in the 2023 Coca-Cola 600, an event that I was in attendance for. So of course I was going to be looking for these cars. And this one right here is really nice to have because a while back we reviewed the Patriotic Brad Keselowski car, and we're very disappointed that we did not have this car to go along with it to make a cool Coca-Cola 600 set of these diecasts. So now that we have that, we're going to be taking a closer look at this diecast with loads of excitement because this was a car that was initially canceled, and to see it get made is really, really good and refreshing. Here's the back. This is once again the Coca-Cola 600 Wave, and that Keselowski car has been reviewed on the channel, so make sure you check that one out. And what I really like about this car is that it has a very similar design to the, well, almost very similar to, close to the same to his primary car. As you see, it's pretty much almost really, really close to that style, except it's in the army green color with a few slight changes here and there to make it really look unique for the Coca-Cola 600. With all that being said, let's get this brand new Chris Buescher diecast out of the box. Here it is, folks, brand new, out of the box, and I'm going to do a YouTuber shout-out, another one of these. Shout-out to the Mickey movie, or Mickey movie, whichever pronunciation is correct. You are going to be the shout-out for this diecast review because we know you as one of the biggest Chris Buescher / RFK fans on YouTube. So, yeah, shout-out to, I really hope I get the name right, the Mickey movie in this one. So, yeah, without further ado, taking a closer look at this diecast. It is on a gloss finish. This is another one that I have to go back and check to make sure if this is accurate or not. I kind of feel like it should be a matte finish, but maybe it is meant to be gloss. I will have to double check that at the end of the video. But we're going to be focusing on the paint scheme itself. It's a really cool army green paint job. And this is like the next best thing when you're talking about patriotic cars, because some patriotic cars go for the approach of doing the colors of the flag, you know, the red, white, and blue with the stripes and stars. But every once in a while, we get a really cool one like this that's like an army green, which, you know, army green is a patriotic color. So pretty cool to see another diecast with that style to it. So you got number 17, you got RFK, and around the front nose of this Ford Mustang here, you're going to have a slight American flag outline to it to distinguish it as a patriotic car, which is super cool to see. That kind of has shades of the Keselowski patriotic car. So you have 17 RFK Ford Mustang. You have the Ford logo on the hood right there. You have Fastenal and DeWalt. DeWalt is black and white now instead of the yellow and black, which is really cool to see that they actually changed some of the colors around for the tertiary sponsors, secondary sponsors. You have Fastenal, DeWalt, and you have Sunoco, Goodyear in yellow on the wheel wells. Probably would have looked better in white, but they are yellow. Of course, you have yellow Goodyears, gray rims, and the Honor and Remember. See, this one has the Honor and Remember logos. The Ross Chastain one did not, as far as I've checked. You have the number 17, and it's going to have a fake chrome effect. It's not going to be an actual chrome foil number because they can't do that for the Authentics because of budget cutting. But at the very least, instead of painting it just like a plain, flat, like gray color, they actually gave it a chrome effect. Like you go on Photoshop or Photopea, and you kind of give it that chrome background, that artificial style. You look up like chrome effect on Google, and you just kind of paste it behind the lettering. Something like that. At the very least, continue to give us this. Whoever made that decision, whether it was RFK or Lionel Racing, to give us that style. You have Chris Buescher with the Texas flag. I really like how Chris Buescher's name has been, it's stylized to match the RFK font, which is really, really cool to see that. You have Ford, and let's see what that says there. Fastenal. I see Castrol Edge, and then, of course, Wyndham Resorts over the Castrol Edge. Fastenal. And let's see what that says. Pandout? Is that Pandout or Panduit? Panduite. Cannot really pronounce that one. That's definitely a new sponsor I haven't seen out of Diecast before until today. We have Mac Tools, Doosan and Siemens, Fifth Third Bank, which was the previous Patriotic paint scheme. You have Hex Armor. Wow, that's a pretty cool looking logo and sponsor name. Hex Armor. Really cool. You have RFK, you have number 17, and you have Ford license plate with the 2023 license plate sticker on it. You have Greenfield Industries, twice Greenfield Industries, and then you have Fastenal on the roof of the car with the number 17. So now for the paint scheme itself, you're going to have the Army Green gloss paint job for this diecast, which kind of makes the green stand out even more if you think about it. The number on the roof, you have a white outline, a black shadow, a dark green, like almost dark green, grayish, thin outline with a white number fill-in on the roof. The doors are going to have that silver outline, a black shadow outline, a thin white outline, and of course the fake chrome number fill-in, the photoshopped chrome number fill-in. That's what I'm going to call it because it really does look photoshopped onto there. The front's going to have the stylized 17 to match the top. Same thing with the back, those match the top as well. So this one, so before we start the main paint scheme review, all the RFK cars are going to have the little Kozlowski pillars on the side. This time they're going to be the black Kozlowski pillars with the dark green kind of filling that out. And it's not going to have the hex pattern on that part of it. As you can see, it's just a flat green right there. But for the rest of the paint scheme, of course, in the beginning of the review, we pointed out the Patriotic outlining to the front grille. You're going to have the little hexagon, like hex pattern throughout the entire paint scheme. You're going to have some of the green gradients. You can see some like light to dark to like you could barely see it, and then it fades back in. Then you have the different shades of green, a few dark spots, a few bright spots here and there on the hood. And on the side, you could see that there's even more of the hexagon patterns with the dark green and then the light green, and then of course you got some glowing effects behind the little outlines. It's almost like this is like the surface of the floor, and then like between like the creases and the cracks of the floor, it kind of glows. You know what I mean? Like you see how like it kind of glows and makes it look it's lighting up. Very, very cool. It really illuminates this diecast, makes it more lively. Of course, you have biofuel right there. And I assume this side is the same. I could be wrong. It looks to be the same style pattern. Everything looks to be placed the same except mirrored to the other side of the car. Here's the back. You're going to have the hex pattern some more. And you're going to have even more of the really, really cool different shades of green. You have the dark green, the light green. Then you have like the mid shades, like the different shades of green. Of course, the back bumper is going to have a dark green stripe, or excuse me, a black stripe. That kind of goes over in between or behind these three logos right here. And then of course the lower part of it's going to be that dark green with a minimal pattern of the hex pattern, mainly towards the middle of the back bumper right there. A little bit on the deck lid as well with the glowing hex pattern. And on the roof, you got some of it's glowing here, some of it's glowing on the side pillars of the windows, and a bit on the top of the roof as well, here and here by the 17. As you can see, it looks super cool. This was honestly my favorite Ford paint scheme from last year. Of course, the Fastenal car, both of them were really nice. The gray Kozlowski one, the silverish Kozlowski one, and then the blue Buescher one. These were definitely my favorite Ford schemes of that season. Just because it looks so good. And when you do a full color to it, and you keep this style template, man, it looks good. I know they have the new 2024 style. They made a new version of these Fastenal cars. And while it's not a bad design, I just really like these style ones more, where it really has the hex pattern all throughout. I mean, look how cool that looks. The blue one has more like glowing spots on it than this green one does, or the gray one. But man, I really loved this style of Fastenal car. You guys have a 360 view of it. Really excited to see this exclusive make it. Like I said, I was really wondering what I was going to do because I had the Kozlowski Patriotic, but not the Buescher one, because they just straight up did not make it until now. So really excited to have this. I really am a big fan of it, and this is as close to it as I'm going to get, because every time I try to zoom in further, it gets blurry. Unless I prove myself wrong and try to zoom in a little more. Okay, that's a little bit better. As you can see, here's the right side of this thing. I could go back to the front and the hood if you want. Just a good looking car. Here's the back. That cool Hex Armor logo. Here's the deck lid. Here's the top profile of the car on the roof. Here's the left side. Pretty much almost the same. And here's the under tray of this car. So really exciting exclusive. I know a lot of people are going to want this, especially the RFK fans. So to see it make it into this wave is really special. But that is going to be Chris Buescher and his 2023 Coca-Cola 600 paint scheme. His patriotic dark green army style Fastenal car with a little flag in the front. What do you guys think of this diecast? Comment, like, and subscribe, and we will see you guys in the next diecast review. And always remember to make sure you know what you're doing when you're putting decals on your diecasts.